And we're back, and I'm already running out the door before I even say hello to you guys. Alright, now we're going to do the first thing you really should do in every Quest for Glory game. And we're going to go to the Adventurers Guild. I wish real life had Adventurers Guild. I would totally hang out there. I wonder where Austin's Adventurers Guild is. Looking the logbook over, you realize that it is relatively new. You figure it was started when Toro took over as the Adventurer Guildmaster of Silmaria. The latest entry says, I, Elsa von Spielberg, have come to Silmaria to win the Rites of Rulership and become ruler of this kingdom. You take the pen lying on the table, dip it into the octopus ink, and sign your name and quest into the book. It did not say with a flourish, but it should have. Hey man, need some energy? So do we! Pegasus feathers for the apothecary. The Rites of Rulership. A lost wicker basket. And 2,000 drachmas to find the guy who killed the king.
Good see Hero Man. Good Hero Man here. Toro like Hero Man.
Toro is the Minotaur from the first Quest for Glory, the hardest fight in that game. We just put him to sleep with a calm spell, but as a fighter, even if you beat him, all it does is break his arm, because he shows up at the end of the game perfectly fine with his arm in a sling.
Like Silmaria, feel like home. Like guild, important job. Miss Elsa, want Elsa be here more. Glad see you. Toro come here. Guild guy ask Toro if adventurer. Toro say yes. Guild guy say Toro, guild master. Guild guy go, Toro stay. Toro, guild master.
Well, it's a good story, Toro.
Good see Hero Man. Hope see Hero Man later. You good man.
And there's also the workout equipment here. This is for your grinding, which we're not going to really need to do as much of in this game, because it's limitless. In the fourth game, you know, you could only work out so much per day, and then the next day it bumped up, and eventually you were done. It never stops in this game. Plus, it just builds up stats that we don't really need. So, we've got 2 minor quests. We gotta find a lost basket, and we gotta get some feathers. Welcome to Silmaria. Let's see if we can find that basket real quick. Basket, basket, who's got the basket? Nope. This is combat. We're just gonna run. We'll know the basket because there won't be the fanfare sound, the little trumpet. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Oh, God, run! Alright, well, we'll find the basket when we find the basket. But we'll get feathers because that's worth a lot of money, and it's quite a travel to get the feathers. Oh, I could fight, but why would I want to? I'm a wizard. Such lowly physical activities are beneath me. See, they don't tell you what any of these little icons mean. Oh gosh, run. So you just have to learn through trial and error. There's a column here. It's a pillar carved in the shape of a dragon. It's one of the pillars. There's the Pegasus flying around. And this is the crystal stream. The water looks cool and inviting. Have some. Taking a drink of the waters, you feel incredible joy and excitement. It's as if you've been reborn. You feel like you could face any monster or challenge and be victorious. This is great, and it restored my stamina completely. So we're going to go ahead and take 2 of those. Let's see if I can remember how I'm supposed to get up here. It's different for each character. Oh, good. This seems pretty straightforward, right? I just have to... And it's nice enough to position me. Although I'm going up slowly and my mana's going down, which I guess would be really bad. And boom, we're up here. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to pick up a whole bunch of feathers until it says I can't pick up any more. I have 100 feathers. Luckily, they don't weigh much. That's one little adventure down. What time is it? 5:30 p.m. That was our whole day. The great adventurer is not going to be awake this late. He sleeps in and he goes to bed early. I'm not even sure Salim will be open. The inn is open. You can go in. Oh, you knock loudly, but the person inside is a sound sleeper. Maybe Salim is open. If not, maybe I'll spend our time going to the Science Academy, because I haven't done that yet. Oh, I can't get over there without a spear, though. So there's no point in trying to go over there yet. Calimera is what they say instead of California.
Good to see you again.
Gotta keep one.
I can't do that. I don't have much margin as it is. I could really use that stuff, but that's just more than I can afford to pay. Maybe we can come in somewhere in between. Sure, that'll work. You got a deal.
Which means that now he can do stamina potions.
I'd really like to be able to sell stuff. I couldn't even buy the ingredients to... You know, I never liked that number. It comes out really bad on the numerology charts. Maybe you can bring it up just a little. Sure, that'll work.
You know what? No, I'm not
Okay,
going to buy one
we'll
of
do a
those.
deal some other time. I'd really like to be able to sell stuff that cheaply, but then I wouldn't be able to buy food for my poor starving plants. I could even buy the ingredients to make more. Sure, that would work.
Oh, the poison cure pills are important. Well, one more thing we're going to do real quick. Boom! Pepperoni and jalapeno pizza. Well, since we can't do anything else, let's go try and find that basket at least. I know we only made like 99 drachmas off that whole trip, but we had to have one of those feathers for the purpose of the game anyway, and we had to have 2 amphoras of the Hippocrane water for the game anyway. So, you know, at least we made a little bit of money on a trip that we had to take. Looking for a basket. Tisket a tasket. I'd like to find my basket. And I don't feel like fighting Barrowman to do it. Oh god, I took a wrong turn. I chose poorly. Like a true hero. Running like a little girl. Oh, my stamina's low. I'm starting to take health damage. Nope, we're not going to find this basket. And I'm not running from a single bat. Because I'm a hero, gosh darn it. Grab us a free meal. Oh no, she went to bed already. Well, our second day went very quickly. We do have something important to do on our third day. Oh yeah, you have to eat manually now. The game lets you know when you're hungry, and then you have to choose to eat.
Aloha, boy. Oi, you're a sight for sore eyes since I landed here.
Oh, good. Sorry, I threw up in my mouth a little bit there. Still, it looks like a nice place to stay if you could put up with the you know, chunky midget hitting on you all the time.
We're having goulash. You don't want to know. You really don't want to know.
You eat it. You've tasted worse. I guess I couldn't get John Rice Davies back to be the narrator again. Alright, so we're going to have a little quest here. Not necessarily for glory. Taking the long way round for no particular reason that I can think of. Oh, hey, this guy. We need to talk to this guy anyway. He's only here first thing in the morning because he's a fisherman.
Kalimera! That means good day here in Silmaria. Welcome to our city. I hope you find happiness on this island. I am Andre, a fisherman. I am also happy to ferry people to the nearby islands on my boat. Most fishermen of Marit live in the villages outside town. That is, they used to live there. They have been driven from their homes by attacks from armed mercenaries. They have been driven from the sea by attacks from tritons and sea monsters, and most have left this island. I am the sole remaining Silmarian fisherman. I am out on this dock on most mornings. I fish for most of the day and evening, and come back in the night. I know the waters around Silmaria in my sleep. Silmaria is the only city on the island of Marit. Marit is a large island, as you can see if you look on the map. In good years, you can sail around the entire island. This is not a good year, and the seas are too dangerous to travel that far. If you ever wish to go for a boat ride, I'll be happy to take you around.
Anyway, oh, I should greet him and say
Yasas.
goodbye.
It is nice to see a new face around here. It was good speaking with you. Yasas.
If you talk to him a couple of times, you can get anchovies from him. But I think, yep, it remembers that I just talked to him, so I need to talk to him another day to get anchovies.
You here to enter the Rite of Rulership? Most of the newcomers are here for it right now. Fools, it's going to take a real warrior to become king of Silmaria.
Really? Because I'm kind of a hero.
You're a hero? Wouldn't know it to look at you. You'll have a chance to prove it around here. Just enter the Rites of Rulership, and we'll see who's a hero. Yeah, welcome to sunny Silmaria. What do you want? There's a strong warrior in town who calls himself Magnum Opus. He knows how to use real weapons.
I do
There's
love
also
Magnum
a big,
Opus.
ugly guy that hangs around with the scientists. I don't see that he's got any weapons, but I hate to mess with the size of those fists. Then there's a woman. I can't believe a woman thinks she can become king here. Kings are men, not dames. She'll learn her lesson soon enough. If you play in the big leagues, you've got to be tough. You know where to look if you're looking for weapons.
And his stock of weapons changes throughout the game. What happened to all my money? I had money.
It's worth a lot more than you're off of your assured sheep. I'm not taking less than this for it. Your assured sheep. I'm not taking less than this for it. We got a deal.
Nice little helmet. Magical sword. Magical spear. Although all I need is a magic dagger, which he does not sell. So let's go to the bank and find out what happened to all my money. Just checking the time, because I want to make sure to stop by the famous adventurer, too.
They still haven't got the guy that took our money. We may never get our cash back.
Say, what?
Last night, somewhere around dawn, a guy picks the lock on the door and breaks in. He figured out some way to disarm the trap on the safe and cracked the safe that had a written guarantee which said it couldn't be pick-locked by thieves. The guy took everything, including the guarantee paper. Probably intends on collecting the money-back guarantee himself.
If you're a thief, you can actually rob this bank twice, I think, if not 3 times.
It looked like he was in a great hurry because he spilled some coins around and left things a mess. My luck to be robbed by a slob. What am I, a detective? If you want to look around, be my guest. There is a reward for the capture of the robber. If you figure out who done it, make sure you get the money back. Lots of unhappy folks around here want their cash.
And there's this interesting toolkit. Also, you can throw the pizzas like a weapon, which I don't
What is
understand.
that? I do not recognize it. It may be that the thief left it behind. After all, he left in a hurry.
Time for an episode of CSI Silmaria. Yeah! I know I had to make a clever pun for that to work, but I didn't have one. Alright, so all we gotta do is find the owner of this kit. I mean, I know who it is, but let's do this by the numbers.
This seems to be a set of tools related to lockpicking. You say that you found this at the bank. Perhaps you should show this to Erasmus. He may be able to tell you more than I. He has a few spells that let him judge the past of an object.
If you're a thief, you already have that in your inventory. You have one of those. You also don't get this quest because... I don't know. Usually I've robbed the bank by the first night. So I don't know if you can track down a thief. I don't know. That's something to try the next time I play as a thief. Come on. Okay. I had to aim the trigger spell. That was my problem.
He that wishes to pass through me first must answer questions 3. What is your name?
Putintain?
What is your quest?
To find the perfect cup of tea. He'll bitch at me about my grammar for that one, I think.
What is the meaning of life?
To respect great wizards and fulfill their every desire.
You are correct. You may pass.
Little Douglas Adams reference there. Man, he does not mess around. That tower was probably built in Australia. It is the dome of the home tome. Your hand seems to slide off the doorknobs. You cannot get a grip on them, nor can you use fingerprints. However, you soon get a little help from your friends. And we fly around here because he doesn't believe in gravity.
Perfect timing. You are most welcome right now. Fenris and I have just finished a game of Wizard's World.
Erasmus was losing, so he blew up the game.
I just got a little over-enthusiastic, that's all. Now, what can I do for you? You look a little distracted, as if you had something on your mind.
Contemplating a crime, eh?
Why, yes, I am.
Where did you find this little kid?
You explain that you found it at the bank.
Well then, shall we see what we can learn from this?
That's why he showed you that thing after all.
All right then. Tristle, Drassel, Trussel, Tree, show us what we learn from thee.
Mecca lecca hi, mecca hiney
This
ho.
spell will show us something about the previous owner of this rather quaint toolbox.
Sort of a cheap peep on a creep.
More of a brief relief of a thief, I would say. It seems to be an arm that keeps coming and going.
I gotta hand it to you. That's some clue. It's clearly the case of the purloining palm reader. He'll soon be under arrest.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
be absurd. This clearly means something. I only wish I could help you more. The spell usually reveals something significant about the person who owned the item upon which the spell is cast. It may be a bit obscure, but the clue is important. What's the difference between a gypsy fortune teller and you, Fenris?
All right. What is the difference between us?
She's the psychic, and you're the sidekick.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Speaking of robberies, I too had an item of importance stolen from this house while we were in Spielberg. I am missing the Prophecy Stone, a magical rock I was researching. It had something to do with the destruction of Atlantis, I believe. Someone with magical aid managed to sneak into my castle without the Cloud Guardian seeing him. I was most displeased, let me tell you.
Don't ever get Erasmus really angry. It's not a pleasant sight.
Farewell. I wish we could have been of more assistance.
Let me think. A toolkit? A hand? I know. It must have been the handyman. You see, the fix was in.
Oh, God. The doors magically begin to open. He only wanted to talk about the crime this time, but I also want to learn a spell from him. Ah!
It's a little quiet floating up here, but I guess I shouldn't complain. It's rather pleasant being involved in exciting adventures without leaving the comforts of home.
If he was any more sedentary, he'd be in a cemetery.
Good to see you too. I trust you haven't been overdoing your magic practice. I occasionally like to check in on the scenic wonders of Silmaria with my crystal ball.
So far, his favorite scenic wonder seems to be a certain redhead.
Oh, yeah.
What's the difference between a Silmarian sunbather and a Shapirian desert dweller?
One sifts sands by the seashore, the other shifts sands by the palace door.
No. One gets tanned by the sun, the other gets sand by the ton. What do Silmarians consider the cuisine of kings?
Why, Rex Grex cooking, of course.
I was going to talk to you.
Bye-bye, good guy. Try not to die.
Apparently, he's not in the mood to teach me a spell. I am going to try one more time, and then we're going to go and solve the mystery. Oh. We solved the crime. We'll get 2,000 drachmas, which is enough to buy us a couple more things and enter the Rites of Rulership, which is how this game really gets going. Oh, yeah! It's just weird when he's coming right at you.
My house used to be infested with cats, but they're no problem since Fenris took up magic.
Alright, so he's not going to give me a spell today. Woo! But what we can do is give our thing to the famous adventurer. Give the famous adventurer some water, wake him up, and then track down this thief. And then that's going to be the end of this video. And then the next video will actually start the Rites of Rulership. And eventually we'll find that basket. Oh, we just gotta wait an hour and a half for him to run all the way over here.
That's it. You've got it. I'd know its smell anywhere. It's got the scent of the sweat of the wild bull you're riding, the chill of a starlit night on the top of a mountain peak, the perfume of a lover's lips. How could I ever forget this? It's the drink that makes men become gods. It's adventure and glory and life. It's what you're here for, isn't it? It's why I was here for so long, I just didn't realize it.
That is some good stuff.
You tasted it, didn't you? You couldn't help but drink deep the waters of the Hippocrene. It's the milk of Mother Nature, the liquor of inspiration, the very spirit of adventure. Ask me that question again when I've had my quaff of this stuff. I've been dead for so long here, and I didn't even know it. This will bring me back to life again. Come back here after I've had the chance to enjoy this. I'll try to find something you'd be interested in.
How long does it take to drink water? I think that's long enough.
Welcome back, lad. I wanted to really thank you in return for shaking the cobwebs from my head and dusting me off with the Hippocrene water. You know, there's not much I can give you in return for the Hippocrene water. I never was much into that magic stuff. I did meet a dying leopard man while traveling through the jungles of Tana once. He had a magical scroll on him. Said it was the worst magic there was. Destroys everything for miles, including the magic user. The old guy never had the nerve to try the spell, so he gave it to me. It's not much of a gift. Sometimes, though, a last resort is all that is left. Sure hope you never have to use it. You want to know my real name? Which one do you want to know?
I love these
My
stories.
name is Davy Jones when I sail upon the sea. I've chorused with the sirens as they sang their songs to me. I've supped on Circe's island, though she thought I was a boor. And she's the only girl I hope to never see once more.
I love those. Anyway.
Farewell, and enjoy every moment of your adventure. Even the worst is better than being dead.
And the spell he's given me is thermonuclear detonation. Thermonuclear blast. This spell should only be used when there is no hope. Okay, eventually I'm going to learn how to type. You can use this against the dragon at the very end. Basically, you sacrifice yourself to in the game. Look at that. I blew up, and everything else seems to still be standing. Your magic spell flowered into a mushroom cloud. There's not enough left. There's not enough of you to put into a shroud. And it put me all the way back here. Anyway. You can use that against the dragon. It's basically sacrificing your own life to save the day. We will not be going that route unless combat really gets away from us. What point do you think the inn opens? There we go. Hey. That guy's got one arm. Do you think maybe that has something to do with our whole case? The spell did show us a hand. Dude, am I really gonna have to wait for him to walk all the way? Yep, game's out of my control now. We'll just wait an hour and a half for him to go down there. Waiting, still waiting. We did finally find the one-armed man. Somebody needs to get Richard Kimball on the line. You watch the one-armed man walk down the bridge and open a concealed door at the bottom. Something prevents your spell from working on the concealed door. Can you think of anything else to do here besides casting this spell? Boom! Your spell sets off a magical trap on the hidden door. Fortunately, you are not nearby. Look at the Thieves Guild.
Hey, what are you doing here? This place is not for the likes of you. Get out! You ain't got no right to be here, and I'll not be welcoming you. Go on with you out of here. I be Orestes, a retired seaman and honest merchant.
Honest
Why do
merchant.
you want to be known?
Honest merchant in a hidden facility under the bridge.
What are you trying to say? Why should I be knowing anything about the bank robbery? There's none that ever saw me near the bank. Why should I be telling you anything? You're not but a land-lubbing, lily-livered raven you are, and I got nothing to say to you. Prove? What sort of proof you be talking about? You ain't got nothing to pin on me. You found a tool, you think it's mine? You still got no proof. I happens to sell such tools here. Anyone could have owned it. Magic? You mean that pull a rabbit out of a hat, pick a card sort of ruck? Who do you get to do your spells? A gnome? They're tricksy sorts, and no one trusts them. That crazy wizard with a talking rat. I saw him come to town after the king got offed. He just appeared right in the middle of the Hall of Kings. He's the real thing. I'm not messing with magic. I've no desire to be a toad the rest of my life. A toad with no arm might have a bit of trouble hopping, or so I thinks. I'll go quietly with you, but I still be walking on my own legs.
Boom. Thief arrested. You lead the thief to the guard post above and have the guards place him under arrest. You are soon summoned to the Hall of Kings. After explaining the situation to the guards, you are sent to the bank the next morning.
We got our money back. The thief still had all the cash, hadn't spent a drachma. Guess I don't need to polish the old begging bowl just yet. Yeah, I already put the 2,000 drachmas into your account just so you know it will be safe. Good job on getting that robber, the scum. They put the crook away in the jail by Westgate. He only had one arm and he could crack the best safe in Silmaria. Guess they don't make safe traps like they used to. Go out there and make some more money. Can't have too much in savings, you know.
Now, it is possible, I know as a paladin, you can actually rehabilitate the thief somewhat. You can actually get him an arm, thanks to Julinar the healer. I don't know if it's possible as a wizard, but we'll try.
To the magic shop.
I can't teach him the thermonuclear. Oh, there it is. I could teach him a couple of spells. $400.
I'm afraid your price. I'm afraid your price is beyond my means. Perhaps I am not wealthy, and you are most reasonable. I will accept no less than the price I have set. This is acceptable. We have a deal.
And the aura spell.
I'm afraid your price is beyond. I am not wealthy. You are most reasonable. I will accept no less than the price I have set. This is acceptable.
Now we got some money.
A reasonable offer, but perhaps you would consider. We are very close to an. You are most reasonable. You are most reasonable. Perhaps we can agree upon this. This is acceptable. I thank you for doing business with me.
I hate it when he accepts my first offer.
A reasonable offer, but perhaps you would consider. We are very close to an agreement. You are most reasonable. Perhaps we can agree upon this. This is acceptable. We have a deal.
Still got 800 drachmas I can spend.
Greetings, wanderer. I am sorry.
I know who you are.
Perhaps you would be willing to. Surely it is more valuable than enough. Such quibbling is enough. Such quibbling is like kittens squabbling over a toy. Either buy it for this or own it not. We are in agreement. I accept your offer.
Actually, I don't remember if the woman I'm gonna woo likes that stuff, so we'll find out. Alright, I think that's it for now, and the next video I will start the Rites of Rulership. See you guys next time. Bo wanna split?